Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. I'm pretty sure we're going to declare war on green. I thought about it for a while. I think it's still right. And in addition to all the reasons that I was thinking it was right before, check this out when we load it into the game. From time to time, things only advance if you declare that they do so. Like now. What green is trying to tell us is that sometimes there are certain kinds of declarations you can make that might be valuable to you, things that the other side might not be super into. Gee, I wonder if there's any sort of application of this principle to our current situation. So I think we're going to do this. Let me express to you my concerns. Number one, the city has 400 fortification. It only contains 2 militia right now. So I'm not that concerned about not being able to take it. We're probably going to take some damage, but I think we can do this. Hold on a second. We attack like this. Okay, he's already in range. Alright, these guys just need to be here. Alright, so we have all these reinforcements. I'm not concerned that we're not going to be able to take Uska. What I am concerned about is the fact that all of their cities are potentially going to have 400 fortification. Clearly they have the technology to make this work. And that it might be very difficult to progress any further. We're going to have to rely on Purple to do quite a bit of lifting here. We know Purple has an awful lot of units because we saw them with the sharing running around all over the place. We don't see a lot of them right now. I think probably some of these are Purple. I don't know. But the other thing I'm concerned about is that we saw some green troops and they didn't have great stats. However, green is Vaulters, and one of the things that makes the Vaulters what they are is that they get bonus stats from their strategic gear. They also have a bunch of science bonuses. So we should assume that they're ahead of us on tech because they are a high-level AI. Then we should assume they're even further ahead of us than they ordinarily would be because they're Vaulters. Which means they probably have access to at least the same level of strategic gear that we have, if not better. Then their gear is probably better than ours, and they're getting a percentage bonus on those higher stats, which means that their troops are probably terrifying. We saw some old designs, but whatever their newest design of troop is probably terrifying. So that's a problem for us. However, their science, like any advantage in a 4X game, their science advantage is only going to compound into further science advantage. The fact that they're ahead of us right now pales in comparison to the fact that they will be more ahead of us later. And that percentage bonus on their extremely good weapons is only going to be more impressive when they have even better weapons, right? So, if not now, then when, is what I say. I am afraid now, but I will be more afraid later. Let's go ahead and commit. Alright, buddy, you and me. Mutual war declarations on green. Let's make sure that we understand the situation here. Oh, red and green are at war right now. And blue is at war with nobody. Okay, red and green being at war right now is actually fantastic for us, because it means that a lot of green's focus will be this way, which means purple is way more likely to get the brunt of green's counterattack than we are. That said, green is also going to perceive us as being weaker on account of the fact that we're weaker. So, we should expect to see some shenanigans from him on that front. There will be counterattacks. Alright, yeah, let's do it. 400's a lot of fortification. Oh, they do have a hero here. And their hero actually has reasonable stats. 400's a lot of fortification. It's possible that we will not get this in this battle, but we get to try again at the beginning of the next turn, right? So what we're doing this battle is wearing down their fortification and trying to lose the fewest number of units possible. The smallest number of units possible. Alright. These militia have... that's a very large attack value. These militia have a lot of attack. And also 70 damage and also 3 movement. Am I going to get killed by militia? This is going to be a costly win. We brought a lot of units. So I think we are going to hurl our Berdeki at them, trying to get us. I want us far enough back that we're spending all of our movement before we attack. Actually, this guy's in a position where he can't really do anything right now. He has to make it around to here at least. Okay, so we don't have to worry about him right now. He has 3 moves. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. So if we send something to attack this guy from the only melee attackable spot there, this guy will be able to counterattack that unit. Unless I really commit deep here. Yeah, this allows us to reach him, right? 1, 2... No, I only have 4 move. Alright, so I gotta go here. And then you will attack from, like, right here. Because you want to end up in the spot the other guy's in now. And then we just kind of morale ball the archers. Put the hero up front. Yeah. This is going to be a little rough. These militia are tough. I'm not actually sure who is more dangerous here. Well, I mean, this is what we got, so this is what we're doing. Alright, let's go for... We can use the Berdeki to try to control the militia while we focus on the hero, right? Oh, no, wait, sorry. You are doing that thing. Everybody else just kill this hero as quickly as possible. Maybe we can get him down in 2 rounds. I mean, this is a lot of fire, right? Poor lice are not really going to have a lot of opportunity to get in very quickly here. I guess what I should probably do is try to move my archers out to the side a little bit. You're quite late in the turn order. Yeah, alright, that's actually the only profitable lateral move we can make there. Okay, 112. So yeah, we'll be through his shielding. Actually, we might be able to down him now. Darn it. I was really hoping for that stun. Come on, crippling charge. Yeah! A little bit of good luck there. Oh, 40. That's a shame, because that means, yeah, that next attack does effectively no damage. Okay, that was good for us, though. Alright, come on, I believe in you. You can stun this guy as well. Alright, so the hero's going down this turn. He will not get an attack. That Urkan attack looks really cool. Oh, nice. Good stun. Alright, so now we get to start chipping away at these guys. Berdeki have been invaluable allies. Now we have the lice in position to block him, so his stun's over. But the lice will handle it. And this guy is not a danger to us this turn. He'll get to act next turn, maybe. I have no idea why the game just minimized. There we go. Ah, my graphics card would like me to know that there is a driver event. This is maybe not the time. Just think for a moment about whether or not this is the appropriate time to tell me that. Right, so they have really, really powerful defenses here, but we are morale balling our way through them. Notice the attack and defense values on all of the units involved. Morale is super important. I'm going to have my dude disengage here because the lice are now in position such that the militia will go after them. And just to maintain 1 Berdeki here. Of course, that's provided this militia actually survives to get his turn, which it looks like he's not going to. Okay, so we lost a Berdeki there. But we didn't take any damage other than that, really, right? Yeah, it's not so bad. It's the next one that I'm concerned about. Oh, I didn't do retrofits. That could have made a difference. I don't know, it's hard to say. Alright, let's, it would be cool to run a blood crystal booster, but it's also pretty unlikely. I mean, it's not a thing we're going to be doing anytime soon, certainly. But I'll sell off the spices. I would like to... I guess we could just hold off on the retrofit until next turn. We'll have enough dust through natural dust generation to do that. Oh man, you know what else would be a cool thing to do? Yeah. This seems like it would be a good thing to do. Get that Twitch aura. We have a gold deposit somewhere, don't we? Up here? Yes, in Tinen. Alright, why don't we get that gold extractor up? That's actually kind of important, and also very easy to build. Alright, I believe in you, Purple. It is probably the case, as much as I would like to keep feeding passive XP into Zaltana, it is probably the case that we have to get these units up toward the front. I think we are going to potentially need an awful lot of bodies to hold back the tide. If we manage to keep green off of us for a little while, though, hopefully the war with the Draken players will distract him enough that that we can just like sneak a couple cities off to the side here. Alright, research. So, one thing I would really like to research is Native District, because we have a pretty valuable second assimilate here in the Silix. I really want more resource output from our strategic resource extractors. We're going to need a lot more adamantium. We have a lot of adamantium extractors, so the effect of that will be very significant. Picked up a Palladian extractor here and an adamantium extractor. And what else in this lovely city? A lot of science buildings. All of that stuff that gives increased fortification is still here and still functional. We can just get the city rebuilt a little bit. One thing that's kind of interesting about those, actually, is that a number of them give... You see this plus 10 fortification recovery per turn on city? A lot of them increase the rate at which your fortifications recover from being damaged, and we are now getting the benefit of that. So in some ways, this material hoard is actually, that the Vultures spent effort to build, is actually working against them now, which I think is funny. I don't really have a better way to put it than that. It's just very amusing to me. Okay, so you guys are not going to be available to actually help until the turn after next. You know what we need really badly is actual roads in the capital. We have so many things to build, and I don't even have the tech for real roads. Like, that's a thing we gotta get. Is that more important than Native District? No, probably not, but it is quite important. It will be right after Native District. Alright, so the cost of the Empire plan that we are looking at is now 440. Remember, it's going to go up as we continue to conquer. 440 we can manage. I will not get another city before we go Empire plan, probably, so 440 it will stay. Now remember, the sharing will show us the positions of other players' armies within regions adjacent to our owned regions. Which means that if people are coming over the border at Uska, we will have some fair warning. Purple would like a commercial agreement, which will increase the amount of money that we get from trade routes running to each other. I accept. Oh, Green is spying on us. They have decreased the morale of our troops. -1 morale on all of our units for 6 turns. It doesn't say what city that's in. I'm guessing that it's going to be like Mores, maybe? Green... Well, we know Green had an army running around in our territory for a little while, so I suppose they could have placed it anywhere. Not really a lot that we could do about that. If we wanted to try to root out that spy, if I thought that was like top priority, we could embed a spy in their territory and try to get enough infiltration built up to use the... Hold on. Did we update this design? We did not. Do I want to? But we could get enough infiltration points built up to use the reveal spies action, which does the thing that it sounds like it does. I don't think that that would be worth the effort here, especially since we're planning on eliminating Green from the game as part of this war, so that's how we'll deal with the spy. The other way we could do it is just run a bunch of roundups in a bunch of cities, but I don't really like that, especially since the AI will notice. They might notice the roundup and just run, but they also might just sit there and not get found out. Like, it's hard to know. The results of a roundup are ambiguous enough that I don't really like them. I kind of want to do this, but I don't know that we can afford to spend the resources at this rate. Hold on. This is the one Berdeki in our army who has a strategic weapon. Remember, Berdeki 4, so... Am I right about that? Yeah, 4. We're not retrofitting him. We are retrofitting these guys. Pakwa already has... Yeah, already has pretty modern gear. Alright. We step forward alongside our friend here. Have a look at his units. So, his units are... Okay, the dredges are pretty good. Those vine snakes are pretty good. Pretty low defense, though. He has his own flying wyverns. Look at that, 119 damage. Does he have army damage boost too? Yeah. This is a pretty well outfitted army. We're gonna forge ahead here a little bit. Perhaps unwisely. Ooh, Samuntia is much less well defended. God, I love Survival Instinct. What a good skill. Minor faction stuff is spawning here. What was this quest? Blow up the Dorgeshi village in Daramard, which we still have not bothered to pacify yet. Listen, we've been very busy. That's really what it comes down to. Alright, so there's a chance that we just get to take Samuntia next turn. Going to make sure that we have movement orders on our units that will allow them to get into reinforcement range, because we want to execute those as quickly as possible, obviously. It's way better for me for us to get this city instead of purple. I don't even know if this city's any good. We don't know if there are any units nearby. I mean, the city can't be bad. We can see 5 districts. We don't know if there are any other units nearby. It's possible that we will end up pulling a bunch of stuff with the 120 fortification bonus on top of it. But I think it's worth just going for it here. And what we'll do is we'll plan a move that takes us a little deeper into their territory before we attack, and then we'll back up. This way we'll be able to see, we'll at least get vision for our sharing, right? So we can see if they approach. And how's Zaltana doing? Coming along. We could build the National Arena here. Let's finish the National Museum and then see what our troop layout looks like versus the incoming enemies. We'll know if we need to build more troops. Oh, also, Uska would probably be a little bit more focused on dust right now. This winter has really come late, and I think that's been great for us. We were in kind of a precarious position there for a while. Alright, so we only have 1 gold. The gold extractor is not finished until next turn. Could we just buy our way to this gold? How feasible is that? The gold is 14.2 each. So we could do it pretty easily next turn. Or we could try to sell some stuff and make it happen right now. The obvious advantage of which is that we get the extra movement for the beginning of next turn. We sell this and some of our titanium, which I think we can spare. Because we really are making a lot of titanium. We need to buy 10 and then 4. We need to sell like 1 titanium. Okay, 15. Jump in here and give our man his Twitch aura. Out of curiosity, I don't actually know what levels these guys up, because they seem to get more powerful over the course of the game. Is it abilities being bought for them? 1271 health. No, but he does have the ability now. Okay. It's a bonus move for allied units in the same region. You are not an allied unit yet. You're just a friendly unit. But these 2 armies will get the extra move, which is nice. Alright, let's execute this move order as quickly as possible. See if we can't maybe steal another city from green. I think he's probably still busy. Remember that Vaulters can teleport units from city to city. So even though he is busy, if the pressure lets up even a little bit, his army can come from anywhere to attack us. Alright, I danced around a lot there, but we managed to get the attack entered in. Oh! I totally forgot about this. Yeah, we did build a city improvement that increases our influence. If we went and talked to this ruin, we'd get a small amount of a resource I don't care about. Cool. We'll deal with that in a second. We have our new... Well, hold on. Let's not assimilate anything yet. First of all, let's commit our empire plan, because if we wait a moment on this, we're going to find that our empire plans are more expensive because we're about to gain a city. Fingers crossed. So I think we're cool with this. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Let's get that committed, and then now we can go ahead and assimilate the Silix. Honestly, the Harmonite unit, a very heavy infantry unit, could be useful for us. That's the thing we might actually build. And with them assimilated, we're now 17.5 adamantium per turn, which is awesome. Alright, let's do it. Let's get this city. Definitely want to bring in the Urkan lice. They heal remarkably quickly. I mean, they're probably just healing at my regen rate, right? Because they're my unit right now. Now, I will say we're very short on... ability to melee people. I don't want to put a bunch of my dudes over here. So we could jump into this forest area and fire over the water at them in a way that they're going to have a hard time dealing with because they're so slow. I'm wondering if we just want to play the Berdeki way back and have it not attack at all. So actually, this militia guy's going to be able to get to here. And put up a blocker. Because I want these guys to be able to run as deep into the peninsula as possible. I'm hoping that the Urkans will be a distraction. We know that the lice were slower than their militia last time. We should probably expect that to be the case here. But even so, they may choose to have the guys run at the lice instead. Especially since this guy could lock something up on our reinforcement panel. I'm going to leave the Berdeki over here, and I'm going to have him like run to the back of the battlefield. He is not going to participate in actual combat. Alright, yep, I like where this is going. Everybody focus up. You have 4 range. Let's try not to put the Urkan in a place where it is vulnerable to getting stunned. That would be very unfortunate. Pretty bummed out about that attack, leaving him with 8 fortification. That sucks. I totally forgot to actually issue the order to run to the... Listen, I had a lot on my mind. Okay. Yeah, it would be helpful if I would actually issue the move order. Now see, this time the Urkan are faster because of the initiative buff from the ability we bought. Which is awfully handy. Everybody just kind of step away from the dude. You don't do anything crazy. Alright. Should be pretty straightforward from here. Yeah, we got a little bit lucky here with the with red being at war with green at this particular moment. I feel like we've been checking what's up with green fairly regularly without seeing him at war with red. I don't know when that actually happened. Let's start building the alchemy workshop. Man, maybe they weren't really ahead on science. Oh, wow. This city is good at science. I'm just going to have everybody here focus on that. We're getting some really, really valuable real estate. Alright, so my feeling is that we maybe don't need to focus on troop building right at this moment. I think we might be okay. Let's have him... Yeah, we'll just run over here. Have the Urkan lead the charge up here. Can I have the Urkan search ruins? It's my unit, right? I think this should work. Yeah, okay. Oh good, 15 glass steel. I can scarcely imagine a reward that I would like less than 15 glass steel at this moment. Right, these guys could definitely afford to be retrofitted. Just barely, though. Zoltana's coming along. I'm going to go ahead and build the National Arena. Completing the National Arena will definitely push him over into the next level. And it will also mean that we don't have to worry about influence probably ever again. Okay. Here we built a ranger. Let's get that guy out. Garant actually is another place where it would be really cool to have a national museum. And over in Trenwyn, really ought to have an alchemy workshop. So I think we're gonna pull people off of influence. Let's go all over the empire and pull the people off of influence. Let's put you on this for the moment, I guess. You guys here in Trenwyn. I think Trenwyn could afford to focus up on getting this alchemy workshop done. The alchemy workshop's a very important building. And we're already pretty good on dust, but like, what if we were even more good on dust? Because man, I could really use some heroes and stuff. You guys are also headed very slowly to the front. Okay. Well, so far this war is going pretty excellently. We're seeing more of those cities with the super high fortification value, and this one has real units in it. So the easy part of the war might be over. Out of curiosity, Green is showing us exhausted. Still pretty upset, as you might imagine. But not so upset that we couldn't buy our way out of the war if we absolutely had to. Good to know. I want to make sure that I understand our position here in this particular battle. Also, check it out. Gold deposit. Actually, yeah, what else did we pick up here? 2 gold deposits, 3 delvers. That's not bad. Titanium, glass, steel. A deep generator, which is a Vaulter-specific building. Lots of the basics. Dust refinery and plow factory. This is a good city. We have their canal locks, which we could tell from this value. Yeah, this is a really good city. A welcome addition to our empire, of course, the greatest empire. I still don't really know what our plan for winning the game is, but I do know what our plan for not losing is. It involves a lot of swords. Well, a lot of bows, anyway. We're going to feel out the positions of the enemy units here. Yeah, we are seeing Marine 8. This is a little bit more like the stats I was kind of expecting. We are being pillaged by that neutral army. That's annoying. Don't really want to mess with them right now. Okay, Purple sees this. I was going to say, I don't really want to run back and play defense on that. I hope Purple gets him. Purple was able to almost kill off the army. It would be pretty easy for us to finish them off from here, I think. Yeah, that guy is... this Dawn Officer survived the battle with 4 health. Let's do that. I think they should be alone. Purple didn't lose any units in the fight, which makes me think that these guys probably do not have any extra help. Okay, see, that's good information right there. That is another city that will get to add its garrison to this city's defense. Sign a truce with another empire in the next 10 turns. Well, I'll be honest with you, that's not the way I'm hoping this war is going to end. Okay, I could get the Urkan into the battle. I don't know that it's necessary to do so. But standing right here, I am still adjacent to their city. We can see a city under siege up there. So actually, Red might clear out some of these garrisons for us in that big battle. Let's have at you. Obviously, this should be pretty easy. We might kill them before they get to do anything. Oh, no, that Dawn Officer is really fast. And he has 7 moves, so we are getting meleeed. Fortunately, his damage output's actually pretty poor. I think I just let him hit me. Like, I don't... With him having 7 move, there's no way that we could stand anywhere where we can make him unable to hit us, right? He does have Range Slayer, so it would be best if I did this in such a way that he was more likely to go after the Berdeki. But he gets to hit an archer if he wants to. I can't stop that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can hit the furthest corner of my deployment zone. Alright, so the Berdeki should probably not do anything, honestly. Like, he's here to absorb a hit, potentially. But we're going to kill him all with range damage. There's no sense in the Berdeki getting hit. Although he's not going to actually get his turn until after all the enemies are dead anyway. Awful lot of us don't have range to attack. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really do the math. I was not expecting it to be an issue. I'm so used to our units having basically infinite range. Okay, well that'll be the last time that's a problem. Yeah, I didn't even count it out. I just thought we had it. Because so far, we have had it. Alright, it's a little bit of extra XP for us. A little bit of extra fear for the enemy. Get on some siege stuff here. Hello, I'm here to assist in the sieging. Alright, 47 fortification damage per turn. That's alright. Definitely want these guys to move in as quickly as possible at the beginning of the turn. And then... do I want to turn around and fight these guys? How many of us would it take? Like, I probably don't need to break the whole force off. If I fight you from right here, we get Mores, but not Trenwin. So I think what I want to do is approach... we'll just use this one unit for this. Oh, interesting. He has movement. I was expecting him to have moved fully just to reach that location. Well, no, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you in this very fair way. Who fights fair? It's ridiculous. He might not be... I'm not sure how they decide who to target. I think they're pretty much just, like, feral. So if we move this unit into his region, and we move this unit out, I think he'll just go after me here. We'll get the garrisons and we'll clean him up. Let's hope it works that way. Alright, Arindla could definitely start building one of these. You guys can just keep moving toward the front. Yeah, something like that. Opportunism is tremendously valuable in Endless Legend. It really is like the core of any military strategy on high difficulties, because the AI are going to be extremely dangerous for you to take on by yourself. It is not impossible, to be clear, and you can see it happening in some of the games from the last Endless Legend series I did. In particular, with necrophages, you could probably pull it off, but it sure helps to have an ally, if only so that you have another target for the AI to look at. Okay, and now winter has arrived. This is not good for us. First of all, it hurts our dust production. I'm just slamming the button over here out of habit, even though that is no longer necessary. First of all, it hurts our dust production. Secondly, it hurts our Urkan stats, remember. That's very unfortunate. So I'm going to move the Urkan, so I can move these guys over here so that we can merge another unit into this army. And then it looks like it's time to do the thing, so we'll worry about that in a second. The leader of the Silix worries that explorers who went in search of rare elements have been missing. Equipped with 2 Harmonite units, inspected those ruins all the way over there. That's inconvenient. Well, maybe we'll do it. Maybe. Alright, got Imperial Highways. We are 2 techs off of moving up into the next era. There's some really important stuff in the next era, including the Alliance technology. I very badly want to be allies with Purple. We want to have permanent friendships. For us, for right now, I think I'm going to lean into Plow Factory. We now have some actual Palladian income, and the Plow Factory is a very powerful building. I don't think we're going to go back and research our troops. I suppose Reaping Station is also pretty valuable for us. We have a lot of advanced luxuries. There's a lot of blood crystal and grass silk deposits in our empire. We can also pick up one of the other science techs. I think our research rate is pretty good right now, but obviously it's going to get worse if we don't maintain it. Let's grab statistical methods, and maybe... Do I want to do this in the other order? I kind of do. I think we're going to do it like that. Alright. Well, first of all, this thing is happening. I want to move these guys down to the bottom of the reinforcement list. And let's do this. How much movement do they have? 2? This is back all the way up here. Our Berdeki is going to participate, but he's going to let the militia get in and get started. Fortunately, he's fast enough that we can put him pretty much anywhere, and he will still be able to be part of the thing. Oh, I want to go here. There we go. You want to do that, and hopefully we can just burn one of these guys down real fast. 65? Jesus. Hey, my units, try a little bit. Yeah, 99. Okay, we're getting, like, severely manhandled here. This guy is coming for the archer, and there's nothing we can do to stop him from getting there, except to have him attacked by the Berdeki instead. Okay, that's the plan then. Boy, I sure hope my Berdeki doesn't die here. It's a pretty good stun. Okay. That's a much more reasonable amount of damage. So I'm going to have this thing flee now. We can get far enough away that this guy doesn't have an attack on us this turn, and as long as we make sure the militia are trying hard to kill the other one, we should be pretty much in the clear. Yeah, we gotta get some better armor. Part of moving up to the next tier is that it's going to unlock for us some better armor. I kind of, with this Berdeki being as injured as it is, I think I'm going to just run back and grab pearls. We're only going to grab pearls that are in our own territory, but I need to keep purple from getting all of these. Alright, so what are they doing here? They're coming at me in kind of a strange way. Let's have these guys be the second reinforcements. So, Chaka's stats are all screwed up because of winter, but he's still pretty powerful. Let's see, this Dredge 5 is a reasonably good military unit. It's not amazing, but it's better than a lot of our stuff. John Port, playing reinforcement, is a similar unit. Dawn Officer is not very offensively impressive, but it is fast. Fast and tough. Alright. I think we are ready to do this. I think we can handle it. Also worth noting that we literally do not have the option of running away, so we better be able to handle it. As ever, the morale ball is all... Where's their... Oh, their guy's over here. Always be morale balling. I guess, do we want to leave some... We probably want to leave some people in position to attack their reinforcement spots, right? We have 4 moves, so this guy can attack there, and this guy can attack there. So we'll ball up like this. I have expected him to not go in all the way. So you do that. Wait, can you not? Oh, that's a forested spot. Okay, you can handle it, though. And then, yeah, you guys do that. The Dawn Officer is not controllable, unfortunately. So I guess that move is not actually valid. Alright, just do your best to kill him. I think I am going to focus as much of our offensive power as possible on the Delver. Even though the Dawn Officer is dangerous, the Delver with the stun is a real potential problem. I would prefer that they not get any stuns off on us. Alright, that's a pretty strong move. Keeping me from just doing whatever I want with my Urkan. I say, though, the Urkan seem very important. Yeah, that's the other reason we gotta take care of this Delver, is that he is actually really powerful. Wow. The lice are just crumbling away into nothing. That sucks. Yeah, their stats, they have 26 defense right now. Well, I guess we're going to find out if they naturally regenerate. Okay, so this dredge isn't actually a danger to us this turn. I'm not really that afraid of their hero. He only has 2 move, and he moves after my hero. So if I just move away from him, he doesn't get to hit us this turn either. See, I think make sure the Delver goes down. We'll just have these two focused on that. You move after the hero does, so it's not really that important for you to go after him. Okay, you're... Alright. I want to have as many people focused on this guy as I can while still being pretty sure that the Delver's going to die. Man, he has 313 defense right now. I'll say this for the lice. They do hit pretty hard. They have a very obvious role here. Try to move back and keep the Delver off of us for the moment. This Berdeki moves before all the Delvers. I don't want him to get into trouble. I'm going to have him just move to here where he is not accessible by any other guys. Okay, it's very focused on my... Very focused on my Urkan. Which is actually very annoying. God, look at the range. This is how you get lazy right here. Having units that are capable of doing stuff like this. I thought that guy only had... Oh, that one has 3 move. Why was I thinking he only had 2 move? Was it one of the earlier Delvers that only had 2 move? So the Grand Cleric Akuma really doesn't have that impressive of a group of stats, but he does have 7 speed. He goes really late in the turn order, though. Can we get to him? No. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I totally can. Provided that this guy... No, this guy goes after he does. Shoot. My melee troops are too slow. Well... I have the Berdeki back up, I guess. I don't know that it really makes a lot of sense for it to go anywhere. Alright, let's try to focus on getting rid of another Delver. I think their Delvers are definitely their most dangerous units. It's weird how Archer Light this force has been. Usually Volter armies are very heavy on ranged units. Their starting ranged unit is quite good. And it gets better over time. Really quickly. I'm fine with letting the Urkan continue to tank. Alright, you are just blocking up one of these dudes. I don't even really... It doesn't matter who. Just get somebody. And... yeah, I mean... this is totally fine. Just focus on burning down the hero, then burn down everything else. So this is the garrison of the city that we're currently sieging, right? I'll be curious to see if they actually included the other city's garrison as reinforcements, because that's really dangerous. That could lead to that city falling. Should not have allowed the Berdeki to move forward there. Oh, free counter and sweep strike back. They did not allow the second city's garrison to come in as reinforcements. I think that's smart. The 2 extra militia wouldn't have added much to the battle, but they could have just left their city in a really awkward place. So all my lice are dead, huh? Let's see if they regenerate. Now I'm being attacked by red? Interesting. So Red's trying to do two things here. One, he's trying to deprive me of an Urkan because he wants us to be weaker relative to him. I believe if he defeats the Urkan in battle here, it becomes his, but if we manage to hold out, then we just take it back, right? His units don't look very powerful. We're just going to kill him. We're going to do this, and we're going to kill him. But the other thing he's trying to do is run me away from the city before I can conquer it, so that he can conquer it. This is not going to work. He's way behind the times, army development-wise. But this is a really shitty thing to do. We have learned something about the Red AI's personality here. He's an asshole. I will say that these guys have a lot of health, and they don't hit super hard, but they have stun 4, which is a 40% chance on melee attack to cause a stun. And half of our units are going to show up over here where we can't really stop them from hitting us. So that's a problem. Do I want you right here? I'm wondering if we might be better off doing this. I know it exposes the Urkan, but the Urkan tanks a lot better than a lot of my other units do. You only have 3 range, which is a little awkward. This guy is going to be slowed. But I'm wondering if we just fall back behind the city and try to limit their access to us. Their army is entirely melee, except for this guy. And I don't actually have the ability to kill him anyway. Because I don't think my range bonus affects... does it? My range bonus might affect me. Well, let's find out. I'm going to move to right here, and we'll see if I shoot that guy. And, if not, this is not a position that's terribly vulnerable. We'll get shot by their hero, but I don't think it's a big problem. Okay, yeah, my range bonus does affect me. Sometimes you get the memory blank. These Drakenlings are fast little dudes. We're definitely going to stomp their hero out this turn. Let me see here. How do we want to approach this? The Drakenling has 401 health. We're definitely losing some people on this one. I can probably kill you from here. You fall back to there and assist just in case. And from here, if this attack's not available, he can attack him. You fall back to here, and we just keep working this guy as best as possible. I can't stop him from touching me this turn, but we can just shoot him a whole lot. Okay, good. Who knows? We might be able to damage him out. Okay, that's the worst possible target you could have chosen. Alright, so they're standing on one of my reinforcement spaces, which is not ideal, but it's actually not that bad either. This could be a lot worse. I don't really want you to go anywhere, just do this. I think we're going to be able to burn down several of these guys this turn. We're going to take some damage here, no doubt. Frustrated about the fact that we needed a second shot on that. Alright, get the slowdown on the other Rumbler. Just enough to keep him off of us. And now this... we really got to get some kills here. So, how many shots do I think this guy's going to take? It's certainly not all 4 of you. He probably dies on this attack. This attack might be necessary. This one definitely won't be. Okay. Again, we want to make sure that we are manually assigning as many good attacks as possible here, because, of course, when your units act in ways that you did not explicitly order them to act, sometimes they do stupid stuff. And that's really a shame that we took that guy down to 6. Alright, well, battle's over now. Yeah, we lost a unit there, basically, to a bunch of bad damage rolls in a row. It happens sometimes. You gotta remember we're still suffering under that morale penalty from the spy action. Red going out of their way to make it possible for green to beat them. And City's militia is gone. Did I miscount somewhere? Well, whatever. I don't have a... Oh, this army does have an action point. Well, I'll just take this then. Oh, he has one Marine and a wounded hero somewhere nearby. Well, something tells me we'll be okay. Oh, they're up there. 400 fortification, but we have all these armies and also everything else that's going on here. So, 78 damage, 75 damage. These units are very similar. Except this guy has way less defense. Okay, we do get the urban environment bonus. I was wondering if it maybe wouldn't work because we just took the city this turn and our ownership is at 0%. But nope, turns out that doesn't matter at all. Alright, I can get you from... I guess I actually do want to move back to here. Right, morale ball. Never stop morale balling. Alright, that was the last turn that we will not be attacked by that hero. Is a thing to be wary of. But honestly, also, it's the last turn that there are going to be 2 units here, I think, so... It should be pretty straightforward. That Urkan... I know I keep saying it, but that Urkan attack animation is really cool. Okay, that might be the last time that she gets to attack. I'm going to go ahead and have the Brodecki stay in and get counter hit here. Never mind. Just trying to make sure that we absolutely do get through her shield this turn. So green has suffered a crushing group of setbacks over the last few turns. I did not become in control of the city. Alright, and I can't get over there with my army that still has an action point left. Well, let's search this ruin. I'm very annoyed by that. So sometimes, when there's an army near a city that has that is of the city's faction, and you attack the city, the army shows up as a defender, and you sometimes don't get the city, and I really don't think it should work that way. Probably you should get the city if you won the battle where you attack the city. But it is a minor setback here. Obviously, we can just take it next turn. We don't need to expend an action point to take an empty city. We have siege, so it won't regenerate its militia. We know there's nothing else in the area. So we have taken a lot of territory very quickly here. It looks like red's carving off this bunch of green. That definitely was not green before, right? Or was that green and this was also green? Hold on a second. I wish I paid more attention to the map or had a better memory. Okay, red and green are at peace now. Interesting. My guess is green went to red, hat in hand, and surrendered as hard as one can possibly surrender. There was probably groveling. I bet there was crying. These things happen. How much are heroes now? Okay. We're getting close. Getting close to being able to have some heroes. Oh, definitely want to keep retrofitting all my dudes as I become aware of the armies that have not yet been retrofitted. Well, obviously I'm feeling pretty good about how things are going here. How's our approval holding up? It's not as bad as I might have thought. How many turns are we off of? Our boosters running out? Okay, well the booster cost on this is 70, so even if we take a couple more cities before it pops, we will still definitely have enough to rerun it. And that is the case with both of those, actually. We do want to commit this attack right away at the beginning of the turn before any shenanigans have time to happen. Actually, I want to move, though. I want to move to here because I don't want that other city's garrison to be part of the battle. Yeah, that angle was bad. There we go. Because that city is not under siege, and its garrison probably did regenerate that turn. Alright, so we can see that Green is moving an army around over here. It is a Lonely Dawn officer. I think we might have gotten to him right as the war with Red, like, sort of turned on him. Oh, there's no nothing going on here. This is not their city. Yeah, they had 32% ownership of it, so there was no garrison there. I wonder if they were actually beating Red in the war. Maybe that's what happened. So we can close these. These are just the city conquering notifications. Yeah, I think what happened here was just like a case of really bad timing. So Halethby is their original capital. For a number of reasons that probably are quite obvious. Okay, an army in this city, or an army in this region has 25 grass silk forests. I don't care about that. Yeah, for reasons that are probably pretty obvious, it's important to me that I get this, not allow purple to have it. How much territory does green have left if they lose this? This is the only one we can see. They might be, like, out of the game. Alright, set up the siege. I don't know that we necessarily want to attack here. I guess you're in reinforcement range. You guys are not going to be close. You guys are not going to be close. I'm going to run down here. We can still participate in the battle next turn, but I want those pearls before purple takes them. Alright, are we looking at any other... Yeah, there's a bunch of important pearl deposits that I must claim. You guys can come down here. I apologize. I know the art is really beautiful, and I do love it, but it's so much easier for me to play at this view. Especially when the situation gets at all complicated. We should probably... Man, this city is very underdeveloped. What is going on here? I guess we ought to leave people on food. We're already slightly negative. Alright, so next turn... Where's my other army? Alright, my other army's up here. Next turn, they have 3 militia. This is the capital, right? So it has the extra militia. All they have is 3 militia and possibly a hero. Probably a hero. Let's say probably. Against my pretty large army and my Urkan, who is at full health again. So yeah, we probably don't need any other support. I guess it's not that important that we commit really early here, because it's probably the case that they don't have anything to teleport in. So we can let these guys try to get over to join us. I don't know that they're going to be able to do that. If we move down to here, and we attack from, like, this spot, we might be able to get them close enough. Oh, did I miss something? Arimda. Oh, yes. The other city we took. This city is a little bit more developed. Oh. Minus 15% food. Huh. Enemy cities in neighboring regions produce minus 15% food. Well, that's annoying. We could declare red and just... Or we could declare war on red and just take that. It's entirely possible that we're looking at a military-type victory here. I think it's pretty obvious that that is potentially on the table. Alright, so I think that we could take them. I don't think we need the backup, but I sure would like to have the backup. But keep in mind, purple cannot run over here and try to push us off the city unless they Cold War us first. What is this? This is a research agreement with purple. Sure. I'm all about our friendship right now in like a really big way. You and I are pals. Can I not attack here? Trying to make sure. Yeah, I need to come down a little bit. There we go. Now I get all my dudes. Now let's have at 'em. I see no value in waiting. Make sure we reactivate this before we take the city. Pato Mosipakwa is going to take Cold Operator. His army gets no negative effects from winter. Actually, how much time is left in this winter? 1 to 21 turns. Yeah, alright. This winter could be going for quite a while. And then we're going to come back and we're going to finish Artisan's Eye, because it's really powerful. You love a good ranged hero. I guess let's deal with that in a second. Let's do this thing first. So they have their standard Vaulter hero to start with. Only 59 damage, a little underdeveloped. It seems to me that Red has not been doing a good job of keeping their units up to date. Or green, rather. Red too, but... Alright, they have a fair number of units and a whole lot of health. But we have just a lot of dudes. Just really like a shit ton of guys. That's our plan. Trying to think of... I guess the smart play with this guy is to attack their hero, right? He probably ends up suffering for it. But such is his lot in life. Listen, you're a melee unit, you know? What are you going to do? This other guy, I think, is maybe just going to run, like, sort of to the side here. I don't know that I want him to attack Militia unless it's absolutely necessary. I guess if he uses all of his movement, you know, we'll try to get that coin flip off. Alright, so we're going to ignore those units for now. Everybody's going to focus real hard on burning down one of the militia. As soon as we take out 2 of their units, this battle is, like, all the way in our control. Okay, I like that. Like that start. That means we only have to take 2 shots to get through their fortification instead of 3. That's a bummer, though. Come on, lucky stun. Okay, this is like a 50% chance, right? Oof. Yeah, that's what I was concerned about there. So we'll have you do this thing, and I'm going to have everybody try to focus on that guy. We don't have a lot of movement, but we do have all of the range. So I think there's actually a chance we do get this guy. $269 health should not be a problem for this many units. Alright, so this guy's off of his stun this turn. We gotta make sure he dies before the end of the turn. I understand why our units are so eager to attack the enemy ranged. I get that, it's very often the right thing, but this is part of the beauty of cavalry in this game. And I don't know if I've spent enough time talking about how much I love the Endless Legend combat system, how well balanced it is, how many interesting decisions it lets you make. But like one of the main values of cavalry is not even in their ability to kill enemy ranged, but in their ability to get into enemy ranged and prevent them from firing, so that your ranged can exert the kind of control we're exerting here, right? They've gotten to attack a very small number of times, because we are able to use our movement and initiative advantages to control who gets to attack and when. And also stuns. Stuns are real good. My advice to you is, have stuns. Also, try to have ranged units that can shoot 5 spaces. That's also very helpful. The Wild Walkers are just a very powerful faction. Alright, that is a player capital. As you might imagine, the city is going to be fairly built up. It has their palace in it, which is always lovely. Actually, kind of unimpressed with it. It does have adamantium, gold. Oh, they have a dustwater extractor up. Yeah, honestly, as far as a capital city goes, this one is only okay. Explore 2 temple ruins before the end of this winter to get just a whole bunch of dust. Like an entire hero's worth of dust, basically. I don't know that we know where there's enough unsearched temple ruins to make that happen. We see a bunch of ruins, but none of them are the right kinds. Well, let's head over here and see if we can't maybe threaten that last green city. It's pretty far away. Ah, glowing with supernatural vigor in the dark of the ruins, a group of haunts circulate around broken shards of a yellow crystalline object. You approach and they eye you curiously. What are your theories on its nature? An apparition asks. Take your time. It has lain here for centuries. This is the power crystal from Dungeon of the Endless, which, by the way, is a super cool game. And if you are really into like the lore of the Endless Universe, is like very worth playing just for that reason, in addition to being really cool. So we got to discover a total of 3 science-based technologies from any era. This does count text that you already have researched, so this will complete next turn. Well, it really does not want to let me see what that army is. Alright, now we own this whole region that we've never seen before. Aha! Temple ruins. Who knows? Maybe we will get this quest done after all. I would love 640 dust. That would be really helpful at this point. Alright, so you gotta grab that, and then circle around to this. I think things are going really well. It's probably not a big shock to anybody, given how many cities we've gained this episode. Alright, so over in Trenwyn... Actually, a burrow would be really nice, right? Yeah, because we're just about to be able to level something up. Let's build this burrow this way. Level up our normal district. Normal districts gain a little bit more from being leveled up than the altar does. So you should try to prioritize those. If you're going for, like, not huge cities, just a normal sort of triangular city shape, try to build the altar on a point rather than in the middle of a side. Sometimes you can't really do it, you know, sometimes you just need to get your altar down so you have the ability to play with the winter, and the place it's going to go is going to have to be the middle of a side. And if that happens, like, don't stress about it. But it is a little bit better to put it on a point. And I think that is probably where we want to stop for today. The war against green has gone very, very well. Purple is huge. We are huge. Our alliance is just absolutely huge. Green is probably very close to out of the game, and honestly, red doesn't look that powerful to me. I think green and red sort of wore each other down right as purple and purple and us swept in, we and purple, and we're just gonna be able to clean up both of them, and then we could maybe take a look at blue, and from there, winning the game will be like completely trivial. We'll just figure out what looks best and go for it. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when even more blood is shed, and we'll see you then.